Live.
From the industrial wastelands of Michigan to the fruited plains of Iowa, this is the American Greed Factory.
Why relate to his sheer perversity?
You are the dead. Remain exactly where you are. Make no move until you are ordered.
We burn them to ashes and then burn the ashes. That's our official motto.
Now we can see you. Clasp your hands behind your heads. Stand out in the middle of the room. Stand back to back.
Who can explain the fascination of fire? What draws us to it, whether we're young or old?
Here comes a candle to light you to bed. Here comes a chopper to chop off your head.
And welcome to the American Greed Factory podcast. This is Nathan.
Scotland.
Andrew.
Matt.
All right. The circle of power is complete tonight.
Woo, gospel brunch.
There's going to be no dead spots in our podcast tonight. It's going to be wall-to-wall excellence. We got 4 people. At least 2 of them are kind of awake.
Don't count me in.
Ready to go.
Wait. Who's awake?
Yeah, which one of us is awake?
No, I didn't say who was conscious. I said who was awake. We're going to have an awakening, man.
Like spiritually or?
My inner mind's eye is awake, Nate.
What are we talking about? I'm going to a gospel brunch tomorrow.
That sounds exciting.
Not really. Before that, I'm going to a campaigning event for Hillary Clinton. And then I'm going to a Get Healthy and Get Moving Kids event. I don't know what that is exactly.
Last time I went to a church, I asked the guy what a soul was. They didn't invite me back. I don't know why.
He took his shoe and he goes, right here. That's what he said.
Did you ask him if he could borrow his? Is that what?
I went to a black church, and I was there for 2 hours and listened to the whole sermon because they were giving away gas cards to people. So I sat through the whole church service for that because, yeah.
God gives you gas? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, no.
How much were the gas cards worth? How much?
$40.
Really? That's not bad.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't get one, but it was cool.
Why didn't you get one?
They said they were going to give me one, and then they didn't do it. It's okay.
I should have pushed the issue.
I should have, but they were giving it to people that actually needed it. I was driving a company vehicle, so it doesn't really matter.
Really, drive up the fact about how this is really, taking away your faith in God.
I prayed to God for a gas card, and it didn't happen. Now I question everything.
I've never heard of that. Never heard of a church gas card giveaway.
Basically, they said it was a way to give back to the community. I don't know. And it was like an hour-long sermon about police violence against
all those needy auto owners.
And my favorite part,
those needy people that have private cars.
Yeah, my favorite part of the whole service was when the minister, it was his birthday, I guess, and they brought out a big cake and balloons for him.
Gave him a Cadillac.
Yeah, they feigned he feigned modesty, oh no, I couldn't. And then he was all excited for 10 minutes about how it was his birthday, and he got distracted and didn't finish his sermon.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, all right.
Yeah, it just reaffirms everything I already thought. But anyway,
it was still entertaining. Why not?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like what was the guy's name? Steve Martin said in the Leap of Faith movie. It's go ahead and tip the dancing bear because that's all you're doing. You're not getting anything out of this, but
it's just a time waster. But
yeah. Anyway.
Anywho.
After our assault on religion to start the show.
Praise be.
Welcome, everybody.
You're welcome.
Do you think we can get more people to watch if you mention Allah a couple times and then get
we'll probably get
we'll get people to watch, just not the right people.
I don't think this is the crowd we're trying to cultivate.
We'll get a whole watch list.
Let's see, with our title American Greed Factory talking about Allah, I'm pretty sure we'll be in prison within 1 week.
Yeah, there'll either be a knock on the door or a bomb under the car, both coming to you.
A knock on the car bomb.
Yeah. All PR is good PR.
Oh, speaking of which, I might as well jump into topics because I know Matt works for the news, and so does my cousin Spencer. And of course, in Roanoke this week, somebody tried to stage their own weird version of Doom doom by videotaping a killing and then posting it to Twitter. That was a weird. I don't even know where these people come up with these ideas, but that was a thing. And you guys see the video?
Yep.
Yeah, that's. Now I've always thought people that did those things, especially the news, that always seemed to be a particularly dangerous job anyway, because I mean we always think about, oh, the tornado is here, the truck's on fire here, run towards it, but just dealing with the public's got to be weird and dangerous.
Yeah.
Do they have any guidelines for you guys, or are they giving any feedback after this, or what?
Oh, just the same safety email they've already sent out before. There's like, if you feel, trust your instincts. If you feel like you're in danger, call the newsroom. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
Keep shooting.
yeah, or like go somewhere else, or call the police, or what was the other one? It was like, be aware of your surroundings, which is sometimes hard to be.
What advice would Jake Gyllenhaal give you?
What would he say?
Get your other cameraman shot. to death.
I guess
That's
it
what he-
depends what Frank has to say, but I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, Andrew? No?
I don't remember the reference. I've seen
Okay. Anyways, no, it's when you're doing live shots like at night, like the lights are so bright that I wouldn't be able to see anybody like excuse me, behind my reporter at all, because I'm not looking for anybody behind me either, because I'm looking at the person in front of me.
Yeah, your face is stuck to a camera.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know
really
how you're supposed to. Yeah, because this guy walked up to these people, racked back the slide on a Glock, and then kind of walked away from it. And none of the three people noticed this guy doing it because they were all doing shoot. So I can understand that. It's just like that job's always seemed dangerous to me, and now it seems even more so. And
Oh, it can be dangerous. I've been threatened before, so Oh well.
what do people threaten you about? What's the?
It was, when was it? Like a month ago. There was somebody's neighbor like supposedly accidentally shot into their house with a shotgun.
Okay.
And it was like 11:30 at night when I got there, and the police were already gone. And the people who lived there were nice and were talking to me, but they didn't want to do an interview. Like, yeah, you can shoot video of the house, but don't let my neighbors find out because they're not really stable. I'm like, okay. And
The ones that shot into the house.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm like 2 minutes into shooting from the sidewalk in the street, which I'm all legally like able to do because it's public property. And I'm like, at my camera's pointed at their house, and the front door opens, and they start like yelling, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And I tell them, and they're like, "You can't do that." And I'm like, "Actually, I can, but okay." And then they like bring out the shotgun that they had shot into the house before, and they're holding it, and they're like, "You don't want to do this anymore." I'm like, "Okay." It's like, what are you implying? I'm recording right now, so I don't think you want to imply anything too much. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna sue you. Who do you work for?" I already told you that, you morons. Like,
Look at my jacket, jackass.
yeah. And then they like called the newsroom before I got back and like threatened the producer and like threatened our station. And then so
And
we
the police let these people have a gun after they
they didn't
shot it to the neighbor's house, and
Yeah.
they're waving it at cameramen. It's like, these people, just keep your gun. See, this
It's
is the
cool,
problem.
Yeah, the NRA says it's okay, so I mean it's fine. But no, I just like I don't know, they weren't ever gonna use it. I don't think they just were like thinking they were gonna threaten me, and I was like, I don't really care because I mostly had what I wanted anyway, so I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah, but still, implied violence with a gun is a crime. I don't.
It is.
Oh, I mean, you dealt with that a lot. Well, not a whole lot, but with your brief stint with being a repo man.
Oh yeah. I had guns pointed at me then, but I sort of I expected that, but I didn't believe they were going to be shot either. So it was
No,
like,
that's just posturing. They're not gonna actually do that unless they're crazy. Unless
Yeah.
your name is Vester Flanagan, but
well, yeah. See, there's a difference between like a little angry drunk Mexican guy with a .32 caliber revolver, and and he's behind on a $5,000 note on a 10-year-old Cavalier. That guy's not going to gun me down cold-blooded in the street. But the crazy people, whatever
different.
point they have to make.
Yeah. Well, if you're to believe that supposed, manifesto that was delivered, like that doesn't make any sense. Did you see that at all? Or?
With the thing on Twitter.
No, not the Twitter stuff. The 23-page document about why he did it, supposedly.
No, I haven't read
Because
that
like
yet.
the anger he shot was racist or something.
Well, like he okay, so this guy is like a disgruntled like former coworker of these people, and he worked at the station they were at like 2 years prior to this, so they kind of really didn't have any way to know. Like, this wasn't like recently that he was disgruntled, like he was holding a grudge for that long. And the Charleston shootings happened, and he had just gotten a gun the day before, and he said something to the effect of like, "Now I know I have a gun," and he wanted to like prove a point and prove that, you know, he couldn't be discriminated against anymore. And because apparently, according to him, the reporter that he killed like said something racist to him once, and it never was explained what this supposedly was that she said. And then the photographer, I guess, turned him into HR. But those are all certainly justifiable for killing people in cold blood. But
yeah, this is how you this is how you resolve. This is a to B logical scenario. It's like, well, let's see, this happened, that happened, so I'm gonna go shoot a bunch of people. That'll make it right.
Yeah, that doesn't really compute. But yeah, see, the thing with that is, and I was thinking about that this week a little bit. There's a lot of these crazy motherfuckers that do this, and they kill people, and then they kill themselves. I'm like, why don't you just skip the first step and just kill yourself?
Yeah, just kill yourself.
Like, let's save us all the fucking trouble and just kill yourself. Like,
make your suicide a work of art, something that people want to come and photograph. Like, shoot yourself and then have a wood chipper running and fall into it. You know, I mean, make it something beautiful. And drink a lot of black paint. Drink a gallon of black paint before you shoot yourself and fall into the wood chipper and spray it on a white canvas wall. Everyone's going to remember you, and they're going to talk about it.
I would want to buy that. That would be
cool. Well, I mean, have it go out live on the internet. So it's, I mean,
or
if you want to be remembered,
die like a Batman villain.
That's right. Here we go.
Yeah, see, why not? But yeah, this guy, like, he was not really, I don't know, he didn't seem that bright. And he had problems at every station he had worked at with, like, harassment and like not getting along with his coworkers. So obviously it was never his fault. It was everyone else's.
Yeah, you know, I've met people like that in life, and they are scary. You won't believe how they fucked me at the last job. Really? How that? Because you can't. People can legitimately, you can get screwed over at a job.
Sure. Yeah.
However, when it happens in the previous 5 jobs also,
then you have
and you're looking at me with like wide eyes and telling me, you won't believe what these motherfuckers did to me. It's like, well, there's only one common denominator here in all these firings, and that's you. I mean, you can't work at all these different places and like everyone's out to get you. I mean, unless you're, what are you, like Jackson Pollock, and nobody appreciates your brilliance? I don't think that's what's going on.
Yeah,
but
re-examine what's going on there.
Yeah, but there's
like,
not a lot of self-examination in this life.
No. And then, I don't know, there's just way too much gun violence, and there's no real, like, single thing that behind it. It's just a combination of things, and it's pretty much boils down to, like, there's so many guns and there's so many people that are unstable. You're not really safe anywhere. At any point in time, that can happen. So,
yeah,
I don't really know what else there is to say about it, but it's fucked up and not going to be fixed anytime soon, so...
Well, they need to do something about mental health in this country. I certainly agree with that.
That's a really hard quagmire to fix, though. It's not really so.
Oh, we used to have that. We used to have mental health in this country.
Yeah.
But then we shut it all down because a bunch of millionaires decided they didn't want to pay taxes, or whatever the reason was. I'm sure there was some good reason. And then we just let all the crazy people out on the street.
I heard it was because Ross Perot was going to take too many votes away from George Bush's dad, and so they're starting to kill his family.
Well, you're hearing that from one of the people we're talking about.
Yep.
But what I'm talking about is when Reagan decided to slam the doors on all the nut farms in the 80s. Now, of course, that...
You know why he did that, though, right? Because he was going to go to a nut farm because he didn't have his marbles at that point. He's like, I'm going to there. If I close all the places, they can't send me.
So it was like it was like castling the king, that kind of move.
Preemptive strike on his part, yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of mental illness, we're... But if we, we have to have some kind of effective mental health system in this country, because if you start changing all the laws and taking people's rights away who aren't fucking crazy, then you're just putting crazy people in the driver's seat, and I'm not for that. So, either we have to have a mental health system or just start rounding up crazy people and skinning them alive and making them into what do you call lampshades? Because I guarantee you the crazies that see that happening to other people, the guy who's writing his manifesto on the wall and shit, if his friend gets turned into a lampshade, that dude's going to be holding the door for you the next day. Here you go, man. Come right on in. I mean, whatever we got to do with...
read my screenplay? I've written shit.
Yeah. Whatever we have to do to straighten people out a little bit. I don't know what it
You
is.
know how much Taco Bell you have to eat to get 300 pages of a script? You gotta eat a lot of those loaded grillers. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my job is weird because the hours are strange, the pay's not that great, and there's a possibility of being killed at any time. So I mean, it's not the most dangerous job in the world. That would be, I'm trying to think if I remember, is that like something like deep sea fisherman or what?
Alaskan crab fisherman and
Yeah, that's
foresting is usually the highest kill per
Yeah.
how many there are.
I don't know
Highest
if it's-
capital
I don't know
kill
if
rate.
it's even that my job is dangerous. This, I have a really high probability every day of running into like people that are not sane that I have to talk to because they can walk right up to me and like demand.
Yeah, you
that
really
my
get
attention.
that feeling every day. Like if you never talk to anybody, you never have this idea that everyone's crazy, but you have to actually like go engage people, and you just
Yeah.
find out how crazy everyone is.
Yeah, I had a guy.
And how misconstrued, because like how many people like are like, asking you for money just because you're putting a camera around them? Or
Oh yeah,
near
that
them?
was Tuesday. Yeah, I was.
Can you
doing
help
a-
me out, man? Can you help me out?
Are you familiar with the Ped Mall area in Iowa City, Nathan? Do you remember that at all? Like
Not really.
pedestrian
Describe
mall, like-
this.
It's like a walking area downtown, like between like the library and like some of the shops downtown in Iowa City.
Okay, I can imagine what you're talking about.
Big like open air. There's bars and restaurants and stuff. And anyways, we were down there Tuesday because we were doing a story about the police department having body cameras now.
Mhm.
And we wanted to find a guy that was a police officer that was working with one. And there's one that just stays in the Ped Mall, and he basically just keeps the panhandlers and vagrants from like fucking with people. And he's just he rides his bike around and walks around and talks to them. And so we were following him around, and some of the homeless people were like, "Oh, you gotta pay us $5 if you film us." I'm like, "Where the hell did that come from?" Like, I didn't. No one crossed. Checked.
I know
out
my
the-
rights.
Yeah,
Was this union scale here? What are we doing? You guys
we're not-
extras?
yeah.
You got a
gotta
permit
pay-
for that?
You also get a 20-minute break every 20 minutes.
Hey, why are you moving that? We need these 20 other guys
Yeah.
to move that for you. And
Put
you
that
get
camera down.
$15.
But yeah, they were like, I'm not here to shoot you, so just stay over there on the bench. And then that made the one lady want to tell me a joke, and she's like, "What's this? What do strippers and homeless people have in common?" And I was like, "They get paid in singles," and she's like, "No, dollar bills." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess that's the same thing, but whatever." And
Yeah, you just can't find an articulate alcoholic hobo anywhere, can you?
you think you can, but no, you're out of luck. There's another lady that I actually filmed that didn't care, but she was more concerned about whether her sister in prison could see it. And I was like, "Where is she in prison?" She's like, "Oh, outside Des Moines." I'm like, "Well, our signal doesn't go that far, but our website does." She's like, "Oh, great." And it's like, so,
Hey, you're in prison, and I'm on the street somewhere.
I don't know how she's going to get the message to her to get on the internet, but I mean,
Oh, she's Obama phone.
yeah, Obama. What's the Obama phone? Is
Oh, you've never heard that story?
that like the bat phone?
No. It's supposedly, and when did this get started? This was before the first election. They did start giving a lot of people that were on like, what was it?
This is like giving homeless burner phones so they could like call their families or something.
Yeah, it was pretty much something like, here's a phone you can, I forget
Call
what
in
it
case
was.
of emergency.
Yeah, it was a way to keep people who were in dire straits. It was a way to get them to have a
The
cell
band-
phone.
Actual Dire Straits or the band Dire Straits?
No, the actual, the people on the border, much closer to the border of life and death than we are, I guess is what I'm saying. And so what they did was there's something on your cell phone bill called a universal service fee.
Mm-hmm.
And for years, they've been collecting that. Well, under the last 2 years of the Bush presidency, they asked the cell phone companies, "Hey, what are you doing with this money we mandated you to collect so that everyone could have a cell phone?" "Oh, it's just sitting in a pool somewhere." So they started this program where basically everyone who gets on public assistance gets a cell phone. And, they don't get an iPhone 6. They get a basic. Yeah, well, they get whatever the most basic phone is. Now they're smartphones now because a lot of networks don't even run on the old phones, but they
What are the phones that old people have that have really big buttons and
jitterbugs.
stuff? Yeah. I hope they get those. That would be great.
No, they around here they get like they're these long, skinny ones. But anyway,
Yeah.
supposedly what that became was a conspiracy The RNC claimed that Obama gave all these poor people phones so the DNC could call them and tell them where to go vote. And this phone became known as Obama phone because you know, Obama is the food stamp president and he has all these other nicknames that the right wingers give him. And but do you look into that? Because somebody told me this at work and I went home and of course, what is Obama phone? And it basically more succinctly explained what I just did.
Did you search it on Google or did you ask Siri what it was?
No, I went to the
You didn't go to the dark net?
yeah, the Tor network and Silk Road to find out the truth behind Obama phone. So actually,
yeah, it was a long trip.
Actually, it's Bush phone, but it's interesting that people so nimbly jump like gazelles to this. Well, Obama gave all the poor people, and poor people has a connotation above it, of course, black. To gave them free smartphones so they know where to vote him in. It's like, do you really, really think they did that? Okay,
that's definitely it. Yeah.
I can't change your opinion, but wow, that's weird. So anyway,
people believe anything.
Yeah, so you run into these anyway. Back to the homeless people talking to their sister in prison.
I got another punchline for the hooker joke.
Okay.
What? It's like, what do hookers?
Clear the room.
Quiet, everyone. Quiet.
What do hookers and homeless people have in common?
What's that?
They're both dead inside.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was a much better punchline than they both work for dollars.
That would make them think. They would probably walk away on that one like, what does he mean? Am I dead inside?
There's a great picture on Reddit, stole it or got it from somewhere on the internet. Saw it on Reddit, whatever. It doesn't mean it started there. I can't remember what it was. It was like something was empty, like a fire extinguisher thing was empty, and there was a note that says "empty inside," and it's on the bottom it says "Me too, fire extinguisher." Me too.
Oh, that's good. I like it. That kind of shit could carry the day with me.
Me too.
Well, I like the English stuff. You guys, any guys familiar with David Sedaris?
Yeah,
I know who he is.
Yeah, he does stuff on NPR. But one of the titles of his books was "When You Are Engulfed in Flames." It was like written instructions for what to do, and the whole book you never figure out what is this all about. And then at the end, he's reading instructions that are first printed in Japanese and then in another Asian language and then in English. But they've been translated like 3 times. So it basically, in the English version, is when you are engulfed in flames, calmly, it was about a way to activate this fire extinguishing system. But it's like the starting is when you're covered in fire, do this, this, and that, which is, is kind of a weird, I don't know. I liked it. Gotta like that stuff.
I like the concept.
Yeah.
Andrew, what do you think?
I think I would take my polyester blanket soaked in gasoline and try to douse the flames. That's what I think.
That's usually the best thing to do.
That's what happened in that province in China.
Where the huge explosion happened? Yeah, that was a little nuts.
A little bit.
Silence. We managed it.
Hold on.
Well, no, I know we've there's terrorism in the world, but now our evil.
Is there terroirism?
No, not yet. That will be the symmetry of terrorism. When terrorism becomes so woven into the fabric of life, it's part of the flavor, the background of it's people being blown to bits by lunatics. But until that time,
literary reference, sort of.
Yes, somewhat.
Area X,
a literary wine reference.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have terrorism in the world, but now our old friends the Russians are back. They have reactivated their super psychic power division. At least that's what Boris Ratnikov says. He's
I thought you were gonna say Brett Ratner.
No, that's what Brett Ratner teaches us.
I'm gonna make Red Dragon 2 and X-Men 4.
He's the most powerful man in the world. He almost got Eddie Murphy to host the Oscars.
Yeah. But no, the retired KGB general, 70-year-old KGB general is now back in the news in Russia and he's using him and his psychic army are fighting Obama and American terrorism and tyranny off, and so they've reactivated under the FSB now their psychic warriors, and the millions of people in Russia are cheering him on. It's like, save us with your psychic powers.
So that means that Men That Stare at Goats finally came out in Russia. Is that
No, well, the Russians have always been doing this stuff.
Yeah.
The Russians, they never stopped. We looked the minute if you read the book Men Who Stare at Goats, the reason that happened is because they were like, are the Russians onto something? Maybe we need to try it. And we fucked around with it for about 10 years and like, oh, this is stupid. A missile is much more effective. We will spend our money there. But yes, the Russians have been trying to develop what they call psychotronic weapons. And use the stuff that they want to take over the minds of millions of Americans and make them into zombies who will fight internally for the Russian cause. And all this. I mean, they've always done this stuff. This guy's been around. This guy's been a celebrity since the fall of the USSR. He was the one who hypnotized a woman on TV, and they performed surgery, like they removed her. What's that thing called that ruptures?
Gallbladder?
Yeah, no, the other thing.
Appendix.
Yeah, they did a live appendectomy on Russian TV, and this guy hypnotized her and said, "You do not feel pain. You feel no pain." And then they interviewed her after the surgery, like a few weeks later. It was like, "How did that work? Did you really not feel pain?" She's like, "No, it was horrible. I was in agony, but I didn't want to piss that guy off, so I just pretended I didn't feel any pain."
No, that's actually a thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because there's a guy. We saw a thing of it in my psychology class where there's this guy. He's a dentist / hypnotherapist.
Perfect.
Because there's this one. He doesn't have to spend money on anesthesia.
Right.
But also there's this lady. She's allergic to all like anesthesia, so she has to be awake for this thing, and she can't go under. And like she can't have anything to like make her drowsy or not feel pain or anything like that. She has to be awake for it. So he puts her under hypnosis, and like she's still awake or everything. But basically, what hypnosis does is it's making her focus on something other than this dental work they're doing. And like he goes in there with a drill, like fucking does a root canal and shit. And like she keeps writing on a piece of paper what her pain level is, and it never goes higher than 2.
Wow. Well, that guy's probably legit in some way because he has, you got to be smart to be a dentist and then to be some kind of hypnotist on top of it. That's a odd skill set, but okay.
Do you think he went to night school for the hypnotism part?
I don't. That's like one of those Mission Impossible guys. We need a dentist. Who's a hypnotist?
He can
Gotcha.
he can fly anything also.
Yeah, he can fly everything VTOL aircraft.
What my class was like really focusing on when it comes to this hypnotism stuff is that what people associate directly with is like hypnotism. Oh, that's mind control. Like, no, people can't do that. Like hypnotism is it's a focus thing. It's like
you have to be voluntarily participate. You can't be like, go kill your wife. He made me do it. No, it doesn't work that way.
Speaking of mind control, that was a funny set piece in the. If you guys remember the movie 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen, he's in his therapist's office and she has all her books and stuff on the library behind him. Mm-hmm. There's a book that literally says in big letters "mind control," like where he has sessions of like, "Oh, okay, where's the brain control book?" Like, I don't know where that one's at.
Yeah, but yeah, so this guy, these Russians are back, and their super secret psychic soldiers are sending negative energy our way. I guess I don't know.
Psycho Mantis is back.
Well, it's like the guy Yuri from was it Command and Conquer? Remember that guy, the bald-headed guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, the Russians have been doing weird shit like this for a long time.
Well, that's in Metal Gear Solid. There's a character named Psycho Mantis, and I believe he's ex-Russian. He has psychic abilities.
Oh, okay.
In reality, what they should be doing is use their psychic abilities to improve their country.
Wow, that would
they're
be
using it to distract their country.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to distract people than build infrastructure.
Well, I guess there's a new Norwegian show that either is coming out or just came out. It's supposed to be the most expensive one they've ever produced, and it's about Russia, like modern times Russia taking over Norway.
So it's like Norway's Red Dawn.
Yeah, kind of. But not like it's like it doesn't seem it's weird like political stuff too. It's like it's kind of like how like like what happened with what's that place? God damn it.
Ukraine.
Yeah, that part of Ukraine.
Crimea or whatever.
Yeah, kind of, and like where they just kind of like, hey, the Russians are just like these people who are claiming they're not Russians but are clearly Russians, even though they've taken all the patches off and they're fighting in this area to take
And they
control of it.
speak Russian.
Yeah.
And we track their mobile phone
That-
signal. And they made from Russia.
So it's kind of like that.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
I'll try to.
The Norwegians have been trying to fight the Russians, stop them from occupying their country for what? It's like that's been going back to like the Tsarist days, hasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because I know the Norwegians are the people that gave everyone a rifle. You know, like if the Russians come, just hide in the woods and shoot them. We've done this before; it works. They give up eventually. But I don't know if in modern times that probably wouldn't work so well.
Was that where like one of the dude they call the White Death? Like he's killed like the most. He's like the most deadly sniper
Oh,
like
yeah.
ever.
Probably that sounds right because the Norwegians could never they couldn't field an army to fight the Russians, but they just sit in the woods and shoot at you.
That's a link. You don't have to watch it now unless you want us all to gape audibly at this trailer.
Yeah, let's interest the fans by doing this for 2 minutes. That looks cool. Yeah, Simo Hayaya, I think is his name.
Who?
That's the guy who killed all these people.
Oh, the White Death. Okay.
Yeah, and he also was very badly deformed from.
Yeah, he got shot in the face.
Yeah, he got shot in the face, not just twice. Yeah, at least 500 people, at least that they can think of. But yeah, that's
he's
cool.
shooting people without a scope with a Mosin Nagant. He'd do stuff like he put ice in his mouth so his breath wouldn't like
Fog up.
evaporate or fog up or condense.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. So people wouldn't see his breath when he was.
That's amazing. Like those kind of
He
stories.
still got shot twice in the face. We're doing
Yeah,
all
well,
It is a war.
that. No, I know. It's,
and they were looking for him. You kill 20 people, they're looking for you. You kill 500, they are looking for you. And the Russians are not known to be like, well, we got you. No, they would. They'd take your skin off an inch at a time.
He's not under the bed. We give up.
See, Illinois has come up with a new program to make medicine more expensive and harder for old people to use. Now they're going to put locks on painkiller bottles. You have to put a 4-digit code in for the bottle to unlock if you get painkillers containing hydrocodone.
do you have to go to the online store and buy the code every day then? Or like,
I have no idea what they're doing.
Is this lock called Florida? you just have to drive to Florida to get it. It's an inconvenience, but you can get it just as easy.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Well, that's just Illinois at its best. It's like because people already can't put the child-proof lids because most of the old people can't figure out how to use, or their hands don't work well enough to use them. Now we're gonna put a lock on here, and that that $25 copay for medicine. Well, now that you have to use the special lock bottle, it's your bottle of pills just went up to $300.
so what exactly does Illinois not have that doesn't suck? Because they already have the worst health insurance plans. Now really bad health or really bad painkillers and also really bad crime, really bad corruption, really bad road systems.
I don't
Sounds like
know.
it's a great state to live in.
I don't know what they have. I mean, they got Chicago.
Yeah,
they got those
Chicago.
cool tourism commercials.
They got
where
Chicago
run
deep
with-
dish. We're good.
They got they got a place called Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah.
There's a college there.
Yeah, they even fired their football coach already, or like yesterday or a couple days ago.
Volition Studios is there. They make the Saints Row games.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that, but
What's wrong with Illinois' healthcare stuff?
Blue Cross Blue Shield for a long time. If you have Illinois coverage, it's the worst Blue Cross Blue Shield you could ever have.
Oh, really? I
Has
didn't
the
know that.
has the worst payouts and copays and everything else. So, if you get that, it's a pretty bad sign that you have a horrible health coverage for your employer.
Huh. That's terrible. Pretty soon everything's going to be like that, though.
Yes. I agree.
Jesus.
Matt, what are your thoughts on Illinois? Anything positive to bring to the conversation?
I like the Sufjan Stevens album, Illinois. Have you heard that? Seen it? Heard it?
No, I have not.
There's a bunch of songs only about the state of Illinois.
Do they all talk about the mob and corruption?
I enjoy the movie Blues Brothers. That's set in Illinois.
Sounds like that should be like a Weezer album or something.
It could.
Yeah.
It could be.
Or not Weezer, Ween.
Ween, yeah, Ween.
Oh yeah, and I forgot about that the one I brought up last time at Illinois. They're Netflix and Skype or not Skype. God damn it! What's the Spotify tax they've interacted now?
Spotify tax?
Yeah, anything if you use Netflix or Spotify, it's like $100 extra a year of taxes to pay because they want money out of it because it's the entertainment fee. Even though they didn't come up with it, and they don't base any of the servers basically.
Good news. AOL chat still free.
Yep.
Anybody?
I was surprised to hear they got sold for $4 billion here recently. That seems like a big figure.
Does anyone use AOL anymore?
Supposedly
No.
1 million
Old
users.
people do.
It probably has enough of an infrastructure and probably some weird proprietary technology that it makes it good enough to acquire it for whatever
We
reason.
did a story like 2 months ago. This old guy all his friends got the scam emails where like he was supposedly in jail in some country and he needed money. Here's the email address of AOL. So yeah.
Oh, so it's still kicking. Okay.
Yep, it's a good place for old people, scam artists, people have been in a coma since 1994. Those kind of people.
What was the thing that they were doing about what was the email scam? This was a long time ago.
The Nigerian one, or the
Yeah, where it's like send me $1,000 and I can unlock
I'm a prince.
$10,000. Yeah. Well,
That's a classic
people
one.
still rocking that, or
Yeah.
Yeah, my father-in-law
It's
actually fell for that and tried to get the FBI after the guy, and they said they don't care. So
Was he told that he would become a loyal citizen of Zamunda?
no, I think he just fell for that stupid thing where it's like, you give me $200 or $2,000 or whatever amount of money, and I'll give you 10 times that when I become.
I really
king or
don't
what the
know
fuck
why you
ever.
would believe that just by reading it in an email. Like,
I don't know either, but
That is hope at its worst.
I think he said he knew it was a scam, and he gave the guy like a couple $100 to try and have him traced or whatever, so that somebody could arrest him. And then he contacted the FBI.
Are you sure
and
that's
the
what he
FBI
really did, or he just felt embarrassed?
I don't know. Maybe he just got really high and passed out by his computer. That's the best story you can come up with for how he spent his night. I don't know.
God.
I can think of better ways to waste $200, i.e., throwing it down a drain or lighting it on fire. I don't know.
Giving it to old people to buy medicine.
You're gonna die.
One
soon.
bottle.
Well, the next book in the Millennium series is coming out
What's the
Written
Millennium
series.
series?
by the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep,
I heard some
I heard that. I
things
didn't hear the
about that.
title, but
Yeah. So this one's called The Girl in the Spider's Web. It's written by somebody else, but of
I was
course,
gonna say,
because
didn't the author die?
he died in 2004.
I was gonna say, how does this? Keep
His
going?
wife took over finally. Oh wait.
Is Rooney Mara writing this one?
Wheel of Time. It never ends.
I hope Rooney
Yeah.
Mara writes this one. Daniel Craig, somebody.
I was surprised. I didn't even know until yesterday when I was finishing helping Matt move that there was more than
That
one
Ross
50
Perot
Shades.
was almost killed.
No, it's like there's more to one 50 Shades of Grey book. I thought there was only one of those
There's
goddamn
3 of them.
Yeah.
And they're gonna so nobody really wanted the first movie, but they're gonna make a sequel because enough people watched it. And then the third book they're gonna split into 2 movies so they can have 4 movies because
Of course. 'cause
why
that's
not?
what they
That's
do.
what people do.
Uh,
Andrew, you excited?
no.
Get your
Why do I want to
popcorn
watch
ready, as Sarah
softcore
always used to say.
dungeon porn 4 times?
You don't need to leave the house or put on pants for that, Andrew. You can do that on your computer, right? You didn't need to buy a ticket.
I would rather see Magic Mike.
I have seen
That's a
that.
good movie.
I know, compared to fucking 50 Shades of shit. And I don't even. What were the
That's
other
I'm
probably-
just assuming that's a bad
That's
movie.
probably
I don't
a real
actually
scat
know.
porn, Andrew. 50 Shades of shit.
I would rather watch that than 50 Shades of Grey. Hey, look at how you
What kind
shotgun shit over her
What
face
kind
there.
of
That was
shit
really
is this?
cool.
Let's look at the shade and look at paint samples.
This is
Definitely, this is from a sheep.
Is this?
What do you think, Andrew?
I don't know.
Wow, that's an episode of CSI Miami.
I think that should be my, I think that should be my new
Sunglasses.
job since I'm unemployed now. I should be a shit shade tester. Something. I don't know.
I bet you could probably shut in a box and you could sell it to Japanese businessmen if you said it came from Japanese women. It would probably work.
No, it would probably work. And
You just
then,
have to take really dainty
and
shits.
then, but you know, I
And
should
then when
really,
you open the box, it has to go like
I
that.
should, I should really monetize my time though. I should do multiple tasks to sell the Japanese business at the same time. I should wear a decaying fish in my crotch, wear panties that are too small for me, and then shit in them.
So
at the
you
same
know-
And
time.
only eat what a rabbit would.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Is it Korea or what country where people like watch women just overeat? Like I don't understand what that's about. You know that one?
That would make sense in
That's
North
a new
Korea.
one to me. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That would be
Is
Greece
that Greece?
in ancient times.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. It was
Well,
like
because
South Korea.
what was that? The place where they like literally engorge each other and then like just throw up and something. What was that called? I can't remember.
fat camp.
An orgy.
That was the Romans that did that. Yeah.
Oh,
That's, Louis Anderson's family reunion.
Rosie O'Donnell's family reunion.
Oh, Rosie.
No,
Yeah, speaking of which, her daughter moved out.
Where'd she
the
move
crazy
to?
one that ran away and then
Yeah.
now moved out.
Yeah, she moved with her back with her, her birth mother, I think.
Oh, so she's not dead or something?
No, well, not yet. I mean, give it time. Give it a week.
Well, it was like reported missing. I only like saw it on my peripheral, so it was like she's reported missing, and then it was like, there's this weird guy, and then it's like, and then I didn't hear anything after that. I was like, is she dead yet?
Not yet. She's still around.
You know, it's really horrible to cheer on their cheer on some celebrity nobody likes a child's death. That doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't cheering it on. I was just like,
You just assumed
I
the
didn't
worst.
care, and then like
Oh.
some time went by, and it's like, did something horrible happen or not? And I don't really care, so I don't follow up on it.
I don't have an answer for that, but the news cycle moved on. That's it.
Oh no, they found her. Yeah, she was when she first ran away. She went to hang
Ran
out
so
with
far
some.
away. She couldn't get away.
She went to she hung out with a heroin dealer in New Jersey.
That's what you do in New Jersey.
Yeah.
He was sending her sexy texts, so he's under like got 5 very serious charges. But now I think she just turned 18, so she's moved in with her birth mom, and she's done. I don't know. Who knows what's going on there?
Did the therapy dog do heroin with her that she ran away with?
I hope so.
Fucking modern kids and their therapy
I
dogs.
imagine the therapy dog like snorting the heroin and goes, "Now I can really feel."
I went to a school for Toys for Tots, and they had a therapy dog there. It's like up on like the like, you know, where you have like the pictures of the teachers and like the principal and the chairman of the board and stuff like that. There's like Ruffles, the therapy dog, like he's a part of the school.
Prairie Hill Elementary, where my girlfriend Erin's kids go, they have a therapy dog named Primos, and it's like a black lab. And last school year, the first year the school was open, his like owner, like person, I guess not trainer so much, but like he lived with one of the janitors, and she was killed in a murder suicide. So now he has a different family.
I think that dog needs therapy, not him to be a
Yeah,
therapy
like he's
dog.
still
it's a
working.
therapy dog.
He's
It's a
still
dog
going
in
to work every day
therapy.
with his lunch pail and his collar and everything. But no,
Well, I know where my wife works when people bring their
Yeah.
dogs in to like the, you know, especially like the hospice and stuff.
yeah.
Like the people really respond to that. The older
Yeah.
people.
Mhm.
I can see that, but this thing where, what's the Adam Carolla thing where the people bring their dogs on the plane and it's a therapy dog, and
Yeah, there's some bullshit in like Arizona. Some asshole, he took his boa constrictor into the Mexican restaurant, and people tried to kick him out, and he's like, "Oh, it's my therapy animal."
my
And it's
therapy
like-
boa constrictor,
It's just
my,
like
my therapy strangling snake.
Easy for you to say.
it's like it calms me down or whatever. He wouldn't say what his medical condition was, but they couldn't. The manager was like, "We can't kick him out. It's his therapy animal." And it's like that's bullshit. Like,
Well, I thought
Yeah.
hate was a medical condition.
I would just start trying to find.
That's what the
different
liberals try to
dangerous
tell
animal
me.
Species and be like, this is my
this is my therapy cobra.
Hey, say hello to Carl, my therapy Komodo dragon. Don't let his tongue touch you. You'll be sorry.
Well, those are things that run around with the big flap
No, not the big,
No.
not the ones that flap
John
out like
Bobbitt's
that.
Penis.
Not like the thing from Jurassic Park that spits in the guy's face.
That thing.
These are the one that are like they're pretty big and they're on the ground with 4 legs and stuff.
Oh, okay. I like the things that run with the big flap.
Oh.
I want to have one of those as my therapy. I'll just let him run around the restaurant.
That could work.
It provides me calm when everyone else is in a state of fear and panic.
But yeah, it's.
I need fear to keep me calm.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty bad if kids in school already need therapy. Like, how bad is school if they already need a therapy dog?
You were in
going to
school. People were pieces of shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not in elementary school. I didn't
You'd
think
be
it was
surprised.
that.
And like I
Oh
was,
yeah, they were pieces
I
of
don't,
shit.
yeah, I don't know how good your memory is of elementary school, but there's always assholes in every grade.
Yeah,
Like,
It's not that good, apparently.
and I wasn't even the weirdest kid or the poorest kid.
Yeah.
Imagine being the weird poor kid.
Yeah, we didn't have to wear like big goofy glasses or have obvious deformed limbs or something
Put
like
bread bags on your shoes when it rained.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Joni Ernst, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who you're talking about.
Or like the kid, like you tell the kid how weird he smells, and like he goes into a diatribe about how like his whole family, like his dad beats him, and they don't have running water in his house. And you just call him a fag and run away.
Yeah.
That's school.
Occasionally you learn stuff. Like how not to cry when that's all you want to do. Right, Andrew?
So basically, you're telling me the 6-year-old will pet the dog and it's like, you won't call me fat. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess in their head they don't verbally say it, but I don't know.
They can't articulate that. They just have a feeling that calmness going. Oh,
I don't know. Primos is a nice dog. He's cool.
Maybe he killed them.
Although Lucy,
Like,
who's 7, when what day was it? It was last week. Was the first day of school. The dog was there and she was petting it. It's like, I bet he didn't do anything all summer. What is he supposed to do? Like, I don't know.
I bet he got taken advantage of by an older European
Is
gentleman.
he supposed to do like some kind of training montage,
He
like
just
Rocky over the summer?
spent
Like,
all
what is
summer doing nothing.
Just sitting on his
Just
ass.
sitting around.
Yeah, he wasn't helping anybody. Like, I don't know what it's like. What?
He almost lost his doctorate. He wasn't performing any therapy.
Yeah, he lost his license. They caught him with 3 underage puppies. It was horrible. Oh, man.
It was sad.
It was so sad. He fell so far. I have a Primo's shirt. It's pretty exciting.
So has anyone no one here has made the Ashley Madison list, have you?
I know somebody that's probably on it, but I can't figure out how to check it without. Yeah, so I don't know
how to
I don't know his
people.
personal email address, so I can't. But I know he's on it because he talked about it. So
Well, the I guess the sad truth about this was it was 90% of the people on it were men, and almost nobody got laid unless they hooked up with like a straight up like prostitute through there.
and mostly the only any female profiles that were on there were like the people
Fake.
from the company that were maintaining them to keep people subscribing.
Yeah.
Basically a giant scam. It's a bunch of horny guys touching themselves looking at other guys' accounts pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they were like secretly gay and didn't really know it. So it was pretty exciting. And
So
No, they were just that's just all
I know.
it's all that was there. It's like prison. It's called being gay for the
catfishing.
stay. It's just like, well, this is what's available.
I just enjoy that site came from Canada. I think that's great.
Oh, did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay.
I like the fact that Amy
It's,
Schumer.
do you have HBO? I don't know if you do or not.
Yeah, I do.
So you ever watched Last Week Tonight with John?
Yeah,
Oliver?
I've watched a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an episode where he talks about that, and it's pretty funny. And they make like their own like fake ad for it because they showed the real ad, and it was like a ridiculous ad. Like the song is ridiculous,
Oh, yeah.
the people are ridiculous. It's like tired of your wife, blah 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 blah.
Life is short. Have an affair.
Yeah,
That's all these thin, good-looking people just waiting to screw your brains out. It's like
Yeah,
every loser fat guy's like, yes.
I didn't realize this is an untapped resource. I didn't.
Yeah.
realize.
Neither did anyone else apparently. But
All they have to do is give them how much money a month, and it's all mine. That's all you gotta do.
oh, they charged you for that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not free.
Oh, I thought it was just like a chat board and they made money through advertising
So the
or
one
something.
person
No,
I know
it's
that
like-
has an account on that, or at least talked about it, he's like an anchor at a station I used to work at, and he would like show people his account, and he would like post like naked pictures of himself on it. Like, I don't know why. I don't know how successful it was for him.
No, it was like the way it worked is that like you had like communication, and you had to like it was almost like it was like a phone that you bought minutes for, and every time you talk to somebody, it cost your money.
Oh,
yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. So that's so that was the profit mechanism.
Yeah, so when you have people at the company pretending to be people and just sending you messages and it costs you money to respond, it's just a giant scam.
So is this the real reason it got hacked? It wasn't some moral high ground?
Pretty much.
Did somebody get burned that had some computer skills and like, well, I'll show these?
I can't remember like either the parent company or some company they work with. Like it wasn't somebody worked out that like it wasn't. They weren't hacked. It was just the person that worked at the company. Just the information's there.
Oh, okay.
And they just copied the information and released it on the internet. It wasn't like, but the way they the person posed it as if they were some group of hackers that were doing some justice for morality or something. But
well, I never believe that, but that's what you hear.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was Edward Snowden. So.
No.
Citizen 4.
Anytime that anything like that happens from now on, I'm just going to assume it's him. Because he's in Russia with all those psychic warriors. He's doing that's what's happening.
They're all doing it.
He's the leader of the psychic warriors.
No, that seems I forgot about how that's how Ashley Madison works. That seems shockingly similar to how like the mail order bride Russian thing works, like with all the companies that do that. Where you literally get charged, like you have to text message and email through them and send letters through them and gifts and shit. And every time you do that, it's so much per message and so much per gift. And then the thousands of dollars per trip. And if you want to buy or separate shit on the trip or do extra stops, it's more money. That's pretty much the same fucking thing. Except
that's just awful. Really? That's how that works?
Yeah, I watched a documentary on it. And this one guy, he was a government worker in Washington, D.C. And he talked about, I think he was like a part of the transportation.
I thought you were describing the warden from Orange is
No,
the warden with the what's Healy or whatever. From
No,
Orange
no,
is the
no.
New Black. He had a Russian wife who didn't appreciate him. And,
No, I'm not talking about that. But anyway, he talked about I went on the one trip and just communication because he's a very unrealistic person because one, he was way fatter than I am. He's very old and he was expecting to bang Megan Fox apparently. Because everybody he picked was like 18 and looked really hot. And I'm like, okay, I guess if they're really into it. But anyway, he was like, yeah, I spent probably $200,000 on communicating between this one girl and buying an engagement ring they took with him there because obviously he wanted to propose there and stuff.
How romantic.
In front of the Kremlin. And
but it was,
I purchased you.
But
They did a
lot of the same phishing stuff there too, where girls would just get on the services because that's how they got money.
Yeah,
they would get paid by the service for communicating with men and leading them
just
on.
pretend like a guy.
And so it was like they literally
It'd be hard to return it down, but yeah.
Well, like their tours there to get brides, they just find people that are willing to pay. I think it's like 20 or 25 grand to go over there with airfare for like a week, and then each day they stop at a different town and they have this big like dance and social mingle. And then however many you want to go to, if you want to go to more than like 4 or 5, you have to pay more. And then for, you can try and connect with people while you're there and then all this other stuff. But they followed like 5 different guys and only one of them actually got married. And then the other guy that got close to getting married, like the second time he went back by himself to go visit her, like the police showed up and started shaking him down for money. And then their whole family started like hitting him up for money the second he showed up. He's like, I'm a dairy farmer in Wisconsin. I don't have any fucking money. It's like, so yeah, it was kind of, I didn't know, I guess it cost that much to do that process, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I always assumed it was a shakedown. I just didn't realize how hard they were shaking.
What did you do, Amy?
I don't know. I'm trying to straighten out the cord. I think maybe it was the cord's fucked up. I don't know.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear, but it's just really low compared to what it was.
Oh, okay. So, there's another cord connection here.
Yeah. Nathan, say something.
Technical issues. I'm just watching. I'm entertained.
You fucked up the cord.
I didn't fuck up anything.
Why did you have to mess
Alright.
with it?
Okay, say
Back
something.
on.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Therefore, I tell my sorrows to the stones.
We made it.
Yes.
So what else was there?
I've been eBaying shit.
No, there was something else we were going to talk about before that. Oh, I'll go ahead. eBay. I'm trying to think. How's that working out?
That's pretty cool because there was a bunch of stuff I was just gonna give to Goodwill, like a bunch of toys, and then I decided like, let's see if they'll fetch any money on eBay. So,
Yeah,
so I got $70 for a Lego toy I was gonna give away for free.
that's sweet. Can definitely fill the bong with that.
Hey, if you want to make commission, I got a whole Rubbermaid tote full of toys. You can have.
What kind of toys are you talking about?
Well, right now I have up to I think up till
I was like, what?
Tuesday I have 20 listings for free, but I don't know how you do it normally. But I think it costs money to actually list something on there.
Oh, really?
But I'm under a promotional period, so like everything I've listed is free. Although you cannot get rid of fucking VHS tapes for
That's really surprising. What do you have on VHS? What's for offer?
I have like fuck ton of shit, and apparently 95 was the year because I have like 9 movies from like 95.
So we do.
95 was the year.
Well, I have a bunch. I have almost the same amount from like the like 98, 99 stuff, but like it was like Speed, Toy Story.
Wow.
Let me see. But yeah, I put it in a list. I made a 90s list of VHS tapes and an 80s list of VHS tapes. Because I know there's like these guys out there that are like that they build like these 80s rooms because like video games like for Nintendo and Sega and stuff like that, they still look better on CRT monitors.
Oh.
So they like build these 80s rooms that have like VHS tapes and laser disc and like all the old school systems in there, and like they play it on like giant CRT monitors.
That's funny.
So I was hoping to like
what is the biggest CRT monitor you could buy for that era? 30 inches, 40?
I don't know. There's that one like you had, was it that CRT like Sony Vega, like that was huge.
Oh, the one that weighed 800 pounds. Yeah, that was 48 inches. Yeah, that was early high. That was CRT HD.
So I have the Star Wars trilogy for sale, but this is the one before they did all that extra stuff. So I was kind of hoping that'd fetch some money, but no one's looking at that.
Yeah, I think we still have that exact same set somewhere.
I have a bunch of trilogies for sale. Like as a whole trilogies for sale. Like it's called a lot of trilogies. I have the Alien Legacy, Indiana Jones trilogy, Die Hard trilogy, Star Wars trilogy, the special edition ones, and a Monty Python set up there. No one's even looking at that one.
Monty Python on VHS?
Yep.
How much is that for?
It's all together for $20.
Yeah, you can buy it now for $20 or a better offer.
Matt has VCR. He might take it.
I have a VCR.
But yeah, a real problem with VHS tapes is like you get a bunch of them together, they weigh a fuck ton, so it costs a lot to ship them. So
yeah,
either you gotta like eat the cost on some of that shit, or like hope people want to spend like $20 on shipping and $20 for a box of tapes.
Well, I mean, unless it's some rare out-of-print movie that basically only existed on
All right.
VHS.
So here's the 99 collection. So 90, not a whole lot. License to Kill, the only one. 91, Terminator 2, great one, but that's the only one. 92, we have Army of Darkness and the Young Indiana Jones, the TV show they did.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that.
93, we have Loaded Weapon 1, Jurassic Park, and Matinee.
Matinee. What was that one about?
That was John Goodman, and that was the movie theater.
Oh, is that the one where they're...
Okay.
And then it's like the scare. They're like scared about the Cold War or the nuclear war and stuff like that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And Loaded Weapon 1 is just a great comedy. You can think underrated. You pretty much don't.
Is that
see
the one
it
with
on-
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes, it is.
Where the guy lights a cigarette and he yells out "cigarette" and he's running across the room like he's pulling a gun out or something.
Yeah. Then 94, we have Dumb and Dumber, Speed, Natural Born Killers, and Ace Ventura. which I didn't know Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber were in the same year. But
I didn't either.
I didn't know that.
and the next year I think is Ace Ventura 2. So it was like 2 years,
Nature
3
Calls.
movies. So here's 95. We got Stargate. We got Ghost in the Shell. We got 12 Monkeys. We got Casino. We got Heat. We got The Usual Suspects. We got Forrest Gump, which also means we have Pulp Fiction, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, and Toy Story.
It's a strong lineup. It's a pretty strong year.
Murderers are
96. I got some Weird Al Yankovic music videos. We got Twister, Broken Arrow, Don't Be a Menace to South Central, Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, Happy Gilmore, Time to Kill, The Last of the Mohicans, From Dusk Till Dawn, and the Cable Guy and Mystery Science Theater 3000 the movie. That's 96.
Oh, Billy.
97 we have an episode of Mystery Science Theater, Goodwill Hunting, Men in Black, My Best Friend's Wedding, Beavis and Butthead Do America, LA Confidential, Titanic, and Conspiracy Theory.
Oh, it's 96. Wow.
That's 97.
97. Okay.
98 we have Deep Impact, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Half Baked, The Pentagon Wars, Blade, The Big Lebowski, some more MST 3K stuff, Shakespeare in Love, Dead Man on Campus, and The Mask of Zorro. Actually,
Dead Man on Campus.
Actually, I think Dead Man on Campus is 99, and The
What's
Mask of
that?
Zorro. That's the one where like the guy tries to get his roommate to commit suicide because supposedly there's some kind of clause that if your roommate dies, you get straight A's.
Oh, nice.
It had like, what was it? Mark Paul
Gosselaar.
Mark Paul
Saved by
Gosselaar,
the
the guy
Bell.
from American Werewolf in Paris.
And what's his name? Thomas. It's something Scott. Something. What is it?
You've seen him before if you've seen it. He's been in stuff.
Thomas Scott Werewolf.
The 99 for VHS. I know there's a lot of great movies in 99, but I don't seem to have them here. But I
They
have.
exist, just not here.
Yeah,
There's gotta be one.
well, this is probably why I started buying DVDs. So
I don't know what the hell Cleopatra is.
this Cleopatra, it has
Coming
Billy
at you.
Zane in it. I don't even know what the fuck this movie is.
Yeah.
It's a Hallmark movie. I don't know where the fuck it came
Sarah
from. But we
Plaintiff's
got
Hall.
it. Payback, The World Is Not Enough, The Mummy,
The world is-
Pirates of Silicon Valley, The Ninth Gate, Stigmata, and Eyes Wide Shut.
I'd say the Mummy in the Ninth Gate. You
It
can
is a
keep
bad
burn
thing.
everything else.
The Pirates of Silicon Valley was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good.
I was gonna say the world is not enough is a horrible Bond movie, so I
Yeah.
definitely get rid of that.
What about Eyes Wide
I remember like that was the first Bond movie I ever bought, and I really regret it. Like,
Yeah, that's not a strong start.
nope. I should have started with GoldenEye.
Yes.
Then I'm trying to sell the VHS Star Trek collection, which I have every Star Trek except for Nemesis or the new ones.
I thought you had all those.
That's a lot of exceptions. I have everything but this one, and also all.
Well, I don't even think they've made the new ones on VHS.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
It's like I've got
Nemesis was probably on VHS, maybe.
That's like me saying I have an encyclopedia set. I have everything except for all the letters after B. It's just like, okay.
everything that matters, I
Well,
have.
okay, well, if you look at this set that makes this one picture,
Yeah,
that's all the original series. So that's
Okay.
all one collection.
that's cool.
These are the next generation ones, except for Nemesis. And
Do
then,
you have all those on DVD too, or
yeah,
okay?
well, I've sold them all now, but
I was gonna say is like I borrowed some of those on DVD for me to watch, so I was trying to
Did
remember
you
if I
borrow
borrowed
the
the
one?
VHS.
Did you have the movies or just a TV thing? Just TV. You have the movie Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
Okay, the one with the killer whale in it.
Star Trek 4.
The Free Willy crossover.
I think that was before Free
When
Willy, so
Spock
Free Willy was
standing on
crossing
that
over Star
rock
Trek.
and Free Willy jumped over him, and they're like,
And then this is my other listing is lot of 80s and classic VHS. So we got Blade Runner, Vampire Hunter D, The Terminator, A Better Tomorrow 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Batman, Heathers, Navy SEALs, Spaceballs, The Breakfast Club, Roger Rabbit, Phantasm 1 through 3, Evil Dead 1 through 3, and then we get to For Whom the Bell Tolls, Animal House, Caddyshack, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Black Narcissus, Citizen Kane, Monty Python, Holy Ground, Apocalypse Now. All on VHS. Available to buy for $11.50.
How much is shipping though?
Oh, it's a lot.
It's probably more
That
than the
kinda
cost
weight-
of VHS.
$13.95 for that one. Let's see this one. I think this one's like almost like $30 shipping. It's $26.85
Jesus.
economy shipping. That's probably if you live next door to me.
Yeah, that's if I have to drive it over.
Maybe then you should start drastically lowering prices on some of these lots since the shipping.
Well, there's like 70 tapes here, so I put it for 50 cents a tape.
I didn't realize how many tapes were in there. I guess.
That's why I said like you can't get rid of this shit. But like also there's nobody watching it. I'm pretty sure that the only views I have on this page is from me clicking on it constantly.
If people are interested, I promise.
Page views 8. Yep. Just keep
Yeah, no one wants to buy this shit. And I understand why, but I was hoping I'd catch one of those people that are building one of their 80s rooms and it's like,
Seriously,
hey, there's a bunch of
Well, I've
VHS
seen
tapes.
recently, like the restaurant we went to in Cedar Rapids, that had old vinyl covers, and they did like the what do I want to say, like the border around the ceiling with the old vinyl covers. So maybe somebody could do the same thing with
Burger
VHS
King
covers or VHS tapes.
with Burger King.
No,
Well-
it was the Riley's Diner up on.
Well, vinyl records are still those are still a going thing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's only one place in the world that can make them though.
But you're like taking like you're talking about like the box covers, like
Yeah,
here's the movie
just
cover.
the covers, like if the
Yeah, so
restaurant.
just throw away all the fucking
Yeah.
VHS tapes and keep the covers around, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So you're saying in the comment, if I was to take a bunch of VHS tapes and like take their covers away and just take the labels off and put grab bag and see, you think that would sell? I don't know what's
Probably.
on here. I can't promise there's not a water birth or like. just
I mean,
like
say you like sheared off the front of them and then put.
a snuff.
Said you had said in the 80s room you had a bar, and then the bar countertop was all the VHS movie covers.
Well,
Just the front of them, like under laminate
Yeah.
or whatever.
well, I mean, apparently, I'm gonna just leave this up here for like a month, see if anything happens. Then I'm just gonna give them because apparently, I guess, like Goodwill will take VHS tapes.
Yeah, they have them.
So,
They burn them
That's
for
why I
fuel.
got Rad from.
Like, I don't know.
That's why I bought the movie
Oh.
Rad.
I found a weird place online too. It's called Free Cycle, where like it's just people on there who like want things and people just like giving away shit for free. And you could just like
You
connect
can put
together.
anything you want on there. Like
Yeah.
I want a wife. And then-
Well, I remember I was talking because I moved all the shit around down here, so now the acoustics are kind of weird. But I'm not sure if they're that weird yet because I haven't really gotten feedback from Nathan. The acoustics weirder now. I don't know.
They're a little more echoey, but that's okay.
So like we're talking about like egg cartons, like you just put like kind of put temporary walls of egg cartons up to make sound anything. And guess what? Going Free Cycle, you can find like 80 people that are like, hey, I got 30 egg cartons. I'm just giving away. Like, yeah, that's where you get your egg cartons.
I may or may not have jerked off into every single, but you can have them.
It's all you.
But I mean, I'm
But-
assuming somebody still pays the
What
shipping,
came
though,
first,
right?
me or the egg?
Yeah. I mean, you can set this up so that you people like. I have everything I've sold. I've set up the you pay shit. Well, except for one. I gave 2 things away free shipping, but they were small things that didn't cost a lot to ship. But everything else, it has been you pay the shipping and you don't return it. So you buy it, you keep it. So people like they've agreed to those terms and bought it from me,
Yeah,
and
it
like
works for me.
so
Yeah.
I'm like cool. Because mostly I just like you go do this shit on eBay and like you can go look for another item like this is what I want to sell. Let's see if it's selling on eBay, and then like that's exactly what I have. Then you just go to under the picture of when they're selling it, it says sell item, and then you just like take everything that they've written out and now it's yours, and you take a picture of it yourself and you put it on there. It's like I'm selling this. This is the condition it's in, and this is what.
Well, it sounds a lot easier in Amazon because I've tried doing that before, and I don't like the fact they get a percentage of whatever you're selling it
Ever
for.
listen
You can, yeah. I mean, and you even have to like, yeah. I mean that there's charges associated with this, but I haven't met them yet because I'm not that of a.
High profile seller.
Yeah, I'm not selling that much. I've just started it, so like the first 20 listings I get free. I don't know how much a listing costs though, but it can't be a whole lot.
No,
I'm on the Free Cycle website right now. What people in Ypsilanti are giving away and looking for. I found a completely sad one here. Wanted propane small apartment size cook stove. Looking for a small apartment size cook stove. Has to be propane. That means that people can't afford to hook up gas. That's terrible.
Wow.
Maybe they're going to use it to cook meth. Who knows?
Let's hope so.
Ooh, is there anything on Free Cycle about looking for their father? Or what?
Oh, this isn't good.
Wanted, real dad.
For on offer, 25 VHS tapes.
They're
Let's
blank
see.
or have something on them.
No, it's all anime. It's like Ghost in the Shell, Johnny Sacco, Akira. We have The Fugitive, Excalibur. So those are on Free Cycle. Let's see what. Oh, Reptile Tank.
Japanese rip off a Full House.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying I could finish decorating and filling my house with totally free shit?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Hey, let's revise this item on live on air. How much should if they're paying shipping, how much should I charge for these?
How much is the shipping?
Shipping's like
$23.
Yeah.
I would say they should pay nothing then.
Free if you're willing to pay shipping.
Pay shipping.
Yeah. Or like a penny or a nickel or something.
Okay, so you said 70 tapes, right?
Because then people go, look what I found for a nickel. And then they're like, oh, I have to pay for this.
So 50 cents a tape before, cut it in half.
That's what I did. That's 35.
Oh. No, it was 35 before.
Oh,
though.
it's cut it half again.
Yeah,
So
cut it in half again.
1750.
That's what I was like. It's not cut in half. It's still 35.
It should be free to a good home.
All right, that has been revised.
All right.
Because I don't think half price books or anything around here takes VHS anymore.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's the next thing I do. I got a big pile of fucking books over there I got to dig through because books are different because they can be worth something or not. It's like taking the cheapest metal to a scrapyard. It's like that's $100 worth of shit. We'll give you 10 cents for each piece of shit you give us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I brought you 100 pounds of book. Here's 10 cents a pound.
2 tickets to the Beach Boys Temptations.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that
being given away?
Yes.
It's on
Yeah, I'm looking through stuff right now. I'm doing
Free Cycle.
always the best thing on a podcast. I'm looking through things on the internet.
Oh, it's okay. I was talking about eBay.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions on eBay now that I'm an expert on
how does it work?
Did anybody post that they're giving away their soul for free or want a soul for free?
No, recently homeless family looking for stuff. Oh my god. I can't even
define
What are they
stuff.
looking for? A new net worth and purpose? What is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but it's so sad I don't even want to read it.
It is sad. It makes me want to know more.
Yeah. Let's see.
Go
Oh,
on Starship Troopers.
U.S.
Show
Postal
something and
Service.
go, do you want to know more?
priority boxes. I need to get these out of the house. Pick up at your leisure.
My leg.
Why do they have so many U.S. Postal Service priority?
I think somebody used to work at the post office. I'm
But yeah,
guessing.
those things are free, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. It's like you can pick those up for free,
Yeah.
but you can go get stacks of them at this house.
But if you pick them up at the post office, you can't befriend the lonely person that has all the boxes.
Yeah, I can't have a new serial killer in my life.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
Yeah, when I was cleaning up down there, I did have like a giant like pyramid of boxes, but now that I've been doing eBay, like it's not a pyramid anymore. They're almost all gone.
Those thinned out pretty quick, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you saw like a couple of those. I bought these models because I was working on a this spoof that we're gonna do about Pulp Fiction and Star Wars. So I just bought all these models, and there was a couple of them I didn't even open. So they were just like new, unopened Star Wars model kits, and I sold those. But they required pretty big boxes to put in there. So.
Huh.
So what sparked the whole needing to clear out and want to sell stuff?
They
like
needed
this?
to build something on this back wall here, so I needed to make room. So I was like, "Oh, I want to do this anyways. What a perfect opportunity!"
Makes sense.
What do they build?
They're just gonna put insulation on the other side of the house
Oh, okay.
because there's some on this side, but there's not some on the other side where dirt and stuff is.
Ah, soil, our insulating friend. Well, do you want to take a break or wrap the show right now? How's everyone feeling? How's our energy level?
I gotta go pretty soon because I have to be in Iowa City at 9 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So if you'd like to continue, you can. But
I gotta be at work at 8 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're heading towards a wrap here. I think we've had a pretty good show, though.
Woohoo.
Oh, mansies. Well, anyway, this week for the American Greed Factory podcast, this is Nathan.
This is Conlon.
This is Andrew.
Nah.
Go buy Metal Gear Solid 5.
And do
have
not see American Ultra. Whatever you do not see it.
My
Or
buddy
have
tells me
your
Russian
relatives send it
fries
to your
are not
house.
trustworthy.
We're all going to be playing, except for Matt, we're all going to be playing Metal
Yes.
Gear Solid 5.
Yes, September 1st. All right. Well, goodbye. Would you already say it?
No, I did
Exploding
not.
kittens.
All
Bye,
right.
America.
Goodbye.